And we are live. Welcome back to Shaq Nasty Jim Plays Hearts of Iron 4. Right now I'm going for playing as the United States. And what we're going to do is we're going to try for a couple different achievements here. Our Poland run yesterday didn't go all too well. So instead today we're going to focus on being the United States and see if we can get, you know, a few of the common achievements. Plus, New World Order, make all nations fascist. So we're going to be playing as a fascist United States. The United States retreated back into isolation at the end of the last war and enjoyed a period of economic prosperity during the Roaring '20s. This came to a dramatic end when the nation was gripped by the Great Depression. America's policy of non-interventionism in foreign wars has stood firm, but tensions are rising in both Europe and Asia. The Great Neutral may find itself drawn into the maelstrom, whether it wants it or not. So, I'm gonna keep Iron Man mode on, but I'm gonna turn off historical AI focuses, because we're not doing a historical run. We're doing an ahistorical run, and I am really tired of historical AI focuses. So let's start. Iron Man, United States 1. Let's change the name of this to Make America Great Again. Okay, getting started out as the United States. We have a lot of ships, it looks like. A few units scattered about. Let's look at the actual unit count here. Yep. A lot of infantry. Rock of the Marne, Sunshine Division, Sunset Division. Missing the 42nd Rainbow Division, but it's whatever. Indian Head. The first team. Good shit. Good fucking shit. Very historical, I love it. Home of the free. The Great Depression, so basically it's going to be harder for us to switch to fascist. And we can't join anything led by other ideologies. And the Great Depression, we're going to be getting very little political power for now. A lot more consumer goods factories, and we can only recruit half the population that we should be able to. But we can remove that with a national focus. WPA will give us a whole bunch of political power. Reaffirming the Monroe Doctrine will increase trade opinion of all American nations. But I think what I'm going to do first is go for the WPA and try to get those taken care of really quick. Because otherwise, we are not earning political power. And America has a few special things I've noticed about it compared to other nations. We are a disarmed nation, which means we can only recruit 1% of our population, which is very low. We have free trade, which is good. I like having free trade. And we start out with undisturbed isolation, which means we have 40% consumer goods factories. All of our factory construction speed takes 50% longer. We have to double the tension limit to generate war goals. And the same stuff for the join factions, lend-lease, send volunteers, and guarantees. It takes a lot to get America up and running. And we cannot change this until we are at war or have more than 50% world tension. And I think there's a plan, a focus that changes it too, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, the giant wakes, which will remove the economy back to civilian economy at 40% world tension, so it's not too bad. Until then, we have 4 research slots to assign. I'm gonna go ahead and get support weapons 1. Gonna go ahead and get Marines, because as America we will be doing a lot of naval invasions. I think I'm gonna get the M2 light tank. And lastly, I'm gonna go ahead and grab electronic mechanical engineering, just so all of our research will go faster in the future. Alright, we have a whole bunch of factories that we can use, so I'm going to start by building a few more civilian factories. Alright, build a few military factories. Try to focus these on inland provinces here. I think I'm going to build a few shipyards as well. Alright, and I think that's going to be good for now, for all of our building, because we have a lot of building to do. And I guess I can throw in the infrastructure if I want. Why the hell not? Just in case I run out of shit to do. Which I shouldn't, but you never know. Alright, that should be good for now. And we have 5 free military factories. Gonna put a couple there. 1 there and 1 there. And everything else looks good to me, honestly. 13 destroyers, a submarine, and a heavy cruiser. Perfectly fine. And go ahead and assign... Oh, we have a lot of dockyards we can assign, never mind. Just go ahead and finish that up like that. And we need a little bit of rubber, and we'll get that from the UK. At least for now. Eventually, we'll be going to war with the UK with War Plan Red. The only war plans we won't be able to do is orange and black. However, we'll have War Plan Red and War Plan White that we can deal with, which is perfectly fine for me. Even though there are a lot of really good stuff. You know, Unholy Alliance, Germany likes us, the Soviets like us, and you know, this is really the best. Destroyers for bases. Becomes owner and controller of Bermuda, Newfoundland, Leeward Islands, Southern Bahamas, Jamaica, and Trinidad. You get so much land that way. So much land. But that's not going to happen for a long time, probably. Until then, we're probably going to be sitting around for a little bit. We have low manpower, go figure. And... see, submarines, select that group, convoy rating, Mexican coast, because we will be going down to the Mexican coast to invade them a little bit. And nothing else right now, really. I'm not too worried about getting my ships out and about. I'm just worried about getting this game started. Alright now. So we're going to get WPA and then go from there. Support Rock Island, Committee on Technocracy. And probably after that is we're going to have to start looking at going for the Monroe Doctrine, Bureau of Ships and Air War Plans Division. I don't know. By the time we get done with this stuff, we might have enough for being able to go to Arsenal of Democracy, even, or Manhattan Project or Liberty Ships. Amphibious Invasion Speed, that's so nice. Because obviously, as the United States, guess where we're going to be invading? Land Doctrine, Superior Firepower. Naval, looking good there. Probably get the North Carolina and Wichita class pretty soon. The Doctrine of Base Strike, awesome. Carriers, that's perfect. Alright. Looking at the Warhawk and all these, okay. And we are free to pick our own air doctrine, which is awesome. I usually go for battlefield support, but it might be an okay thing to go for either operational integrity this time, because you get some naval strike tactics, which is really good. Especially as the United States, when everything you're doing is going to be out away from here. So we'll see how that goes. Until then, it's just going to be us sitting around building all these freaking factories, and then going into the military factories, and eventually probably getting synthetic refineries. But I'm also going to try to drop the nuke. I'm going to try to get as many of the generic achievements as I can this playthrough, because we shouldn't be messed with. We shouldn't be messed with from anyone over here. It's not like they're coming over here to mess with us. Canada's not going to do anything. Mexico's not going to do anything. So we are free to sit around for a little while anyway. And just kind of wait. I'm trying to rush down the WPA so I can get a fascist demagogue in power. Charles Coughlin. So as soon as I can get him in power, we can start earning fascism on the rise. And then start looking at... So we should be able to get this pretty quickly. We should be able to get war propaganda pretty soon. Because it won't be long until Japan or Germany 1 causes a whole bunch of world tension. But hopefully by that time we're able to have Airplanes Division and Bureau of Ships done pretty well. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Carrier Primacy and Bureau of Aeronautics. Expand the Marine Corps. Alright, remilitarization of the Rhineland. Germany stationed troops in the Rhineland territory close to the French border. In clear violation of the Treaty of Versailles, the local population cheered the German soldiers on, while the diplomatic relations from France and Britain have so far been muted. It is no more than the Germans walking into their own backyard, a political commentator in Britain observed. Hey Orion, how's it going, man? In the WPA, millions of people are still suffering the unemployment resulting from the Great Depression. An agency to put these people to work on public projects may not fully solve the problem, but the Work Progress Administration is a step in the right direction, which gives us more than enough political power, or just enough political power, to hire that fascist demagogue. Alright, I think what I'm going to try to get is the Committee on Technocracy for now, to get electronics and support technology. And for a political advisor, we're going to be hiring Charles Coughlin here. Fascism on the rise. The American people have a noble history. A history they have been made to forget under the weak and cowardly rule of the Democratic Party. They claim to represent the people, but can so feeble a state enforce their will of the people? Only by spilling the blood of these traitors can we fulfill our destiny. The fastest speakers in the United States have made no secret of what they think of our current rulership and political system. Speeches like these have tapped into public dissent that is particularly pronounced in the more conservative sections of the military. The higher-ups may harbor unspoken sympathies, or the younger generation will take up the torch. I think I'm going to go for the younger generation right now. And just let this stuff start ticking up slowly. And it's going to remove mostly from the Democrats first. And it's going to take a long, long time. Because we have 99% Democratic support. And an election coming up in November, but that's not going to do much. Right? And we have 10 Farragut class destroyers being built, but I'm going to start making convoys now too. We're going to need plenty of convoys. So, let's make sure we're not importing too much stuff. Yeah, we're exporting a lot of aluminum. We're not importing any. Importing a little much rubber. Honestly, we only need 6. Probably import 1 less rubber, but or maybe not. Maybe we have to import 8. I don't know. But eventually, we're not gonna be able to bug Britain for rubber. We're gonna have to go find the rubber on our own. Alright, yep, and we see here that the Silver Legion of America is just gaining ground so quickly. And it'll happen until they get to about 25%. And once they get 25%, it's just going to hit a wall. That electronic mechanical engineering has been finished. And I'm going to go for mechanical computing as well to get that done faster. I know you're saying you should probably finish, Committee on Technocracy first. But we can always use that later. I'm just trying to rush down as many of these as I can. Because I'd rather be using it on, computing machines instead of mechanical computing. I'm going to get some Marines here pretty quick, and then I'm going to hold off on the Marines and probably focus on, I don't know, planes maybe? Oh, ooh, we need artillery. That's what we need. We'll get anti-air and we'll get anti-tank. Yep. Alright, so we also have, let's look over here. We have 1 sub over here. I don't know if I can have them join create new fleets. Alright, well, that might not be too bad. Let's look at it. We have USS Navy Group 1, destroyer flotillas, and we have a lot of stuff over here. Wow. So 31 destroyers are going to be a convoy escort. And start them off on the eastern seaboard. That's pretty good. Alright. And eventually we're going to have to try to improve our range. Because as you saw, we don't have quite the range for, well, anything. Yeah, the USS Ranger, which is this carrier. The carrier is able to make it almost to the coast here. Yeah, we know too little about the region, so till then we're just gonna hold. Hopefully by the time we can do War Plan White and War Plan Red, we'll be able to we'll get Conquer on United Kingdom, Canada, and we'll get Conquer on the Soviet Union. Oh, it's gonna be so nice. So, yeah. Crusade and strike at the Empire, conquer on Canada, just destroy Canada. So they have pretty much 0 support whatsoever. Alright, let's get the anti-air. you too would consider Louisiana to be firmly in the American Southwest. Yeah, definitely the American Southwest. Actually, Mississippi is in the American Southwest too, apparently. I did not know that. Definitely some very interesting region assignments there. I mean, having, been to Mississippi, not quite sure that's accurate. Yeah, down with Canada. We should replace a number of politicians and business people with scientists and engineers. They have the technical expertise to manage the economy, and we will see great scientific progress, which will lead to our economy flourishing once again. And so we get 3 research bonuses for electronics and supporting technology, which is fantastic. Oh, I'm not sure I've actually ever seen this event. I know it's an event, but I'm not sure I've seen it. And I'm going to support Rock Island now. Oh, that's because they're not historical. Got it. British Parliament debates intervention in the Benelux. Having learnt from the Great War, the British will not underestimate the strategic value of the Benelux region and the potential risk of seeing enemy countries build influence there. The British Parliament has debated the possibility of military intervention, while the potential implications of such action weighed heavily on Neville Chamberlain. Several decisive arguments were delivered before it was decided, and the rest of the debate should be conducted in closed chambers. Such an intervention would irrevocably change the political landscape of Western Europe. So, what Britain did is they have decided to try to intervene in the Benelux region, and that actually gives them, not right now, but when they get secure Belgium and secure the Netherlands, it gives them a focus on, it gives them a war goal to go take it. All that did right then is make, everyone mad at them and increase world tension. So it's actually really interesting now that I think about it. Industrial expansion, the West Wall, strengthening the Polish state, and the Soviet Union just jumped right the fuck into the Great Purge. Got it. Like, they wasted no time purging out the undesirables from their nation. And the fascists are just chugging along here. You can see this pretty little brown spot taking over. And the giant awakens. I really... Where's the one that removes the Great Depression? Hold up. Right here. Remove... So, issue war bonds. We have to be at war with one of these people to remove the Great Depression. So, that's not going to happen for a while. Until then, it's going to be incredibly slow. I don't foresee us getting any more advisors for a while. Standard Oil, General Electric, Springfield, Ford Motor Company, Rock Island, Arsenal. Probably end up going with them since we focus on superior firepower. Norfolk Naval Yard, Brooklyn Naval Yard, Newport Shipbuilding. Chrysler, Army Ordnance Department, nice. Marmon Harrington. I'll get awesome people. MacArthur, Eisenhower, Marshall, NIMS, who the current aircraft carriers are named after, light tank, and Marines. So I'm going to go ahead and research the second light tank, the M3 Stuart, because I don't want to waste production on the other one. And let's go ahead and pick up motorized too while we're at it. Yeah, it sucks. It really does suck that the removal of the Great Depression is war. But it's also fairly historical. I mean, what really changed America during the Second World War and during the interwar period was another war. So, but, as soon as we freaking get issue war bonds, though, it's just, boom. Immediately get all of this stuff, because you get so much stuff. Oh, current ruling party is really? Huh. So apparently, I have to be Democratic for this. I did not know that. Wow. So interesting. Yeah, there's probably a whole bunch of stuff in Oakland named after him, because he was a very famous admiral. He was, you know, the admiral of World War II. Like, yeah, you might hear a little bit about Ernest King and William Hazley, but Chester Nimitz was where it was at. Let's see, who else do I recognize here? Claire Lee Chenault, I recognize him. Jimmy Doolittle. Joseph Stilwell. I actually been to a few buildings named after him. Stilwell. I was really hoping to see an artillery commander. Oh well. Can't win them all. And we are now at Support Rock Island, which means that we're done over here. We are done over there. And I think I'm going to go for Bureau of Ships right now. Some immediate Navy experience. And that's going to allow us to modify. So what the experience is to modify your armies, your Air Force, and your Navy. The Navy is modified. The Navy and Air Force are modified through experience through the production window. So we can, you know, make it to where our carrier, you know, either the Ranger or the Yorkton class, either way. Actually, apparently we can decommission the Yorkton class. But the Ranger, we can make it to where it has more reliability, has a bigger engine so it gets more speed. It can carry more planes, get more armor, be more reliable. Some I think they can get, yeah, stealth, bigger torpedoes, bigger guns. It's pretty nice. I wonder if those are actually Clemson, Omaha, Brooklyn. Huh. The games of the 11th Olympiad. The 11th Olympic Games were recently held in Berlin, Germany. Attended by athletes from 49 different nations across the world, the 1936 Summer Olympics are the first in history to have enjoyed limited live television coverage. The Games were a significant propaganda victory for the German regime, which spent lavishly on the event. German athletes saw the most success, winning 33 gold medals, while the Americans came in second with 24. 4 of these were won by Jesse Owens, the single most successful athlete of the Games. You know, I almost expected America to get their own little response as well, but they get the same one as everyone but the Germans. The Germans get a special response saying how good it is for their country, and I figured with the Americans coming in second that they would get a response as well, but apparently not. I'm not messing with armies right now. I really don't need to. I mean, we could, but 36 Texas Division. Interesting fact, this is the current unit I'm in, the current division I'm in, and this is my old division right here. So I kind of want to put those together, honestly. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright. Let's do the Army Planner. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's go ahead and take these, and we will make them their own army. Field Marshal Eisenhower with support and own combat width. MacArthur with entrenchment. Omar Bradley, Patton. Joffrey Keyes. General Stilwell again. So I think I'm going to give these guys all to Eisenhower. Why the hell not? I'm not in the cavalry, Orion. I'm in a cavalry unit. I'm in the artillery, though. The field artillery. But yeah, you're right. I need to prepare for that Canadian threat. So I'm actually just going to build a line there, a front line for them. Yeah, I'm part of the 1st Cavalry Division, the 1st team. There's a whole bunch of little fun sayings we get too. Call us the Big Red One. We are the 1st Cav. We are the 1st team. Alright, go ahead and get into war artillery. Focus that down. Yep. And Eisenhower can control any amount of units he wants, honestly. I could have put the entire army on this Canadian border. I just wanted to get... I'm trying to do what Devil Dog is doing. I don't know. I don't know who Devil Dog is, so... Unless you're talking about... Yeah, I don't know. Is Devil Dog a different streamer, or are you talking about the Marines Devil Dog? So these guys are on the border here. It's going to be a long time before this matters, though. I mean, we still have to go through... We still have to turn fascist and then push down the anti-imperialism one. Bureau of Ships. We will combine the Bureau of Construction and Repair and the Bureau of Engineering into one entity to oversee future naval developments. So we get 50 experience and a whole bunch of production cost. So it might be time to start pushing out some carriers. Go ahead and get carrier primacy, because we will want that. Yeah, he's a real famous YouTuber. I don't know him, man. I'm sorry. The only other YouTubers I really watch are Shinner, Interlysium, and Ritz Plays. That's really about it for me. But what's he trying to do, man? What's Devil Dog trying to do? Almost done here. Let's see how the rest of the world is doing. Rural tanks. Military factories. Industrial effort. Industrial regions, and ocean-going navy. Alright, so they're going to be our naval threat in the near future, probably. What about Italy? And how is their war going? Italy is about to capitulate Ethiopia, so that's not too bad. It's pretty normal. And Japan is expanding air bases. We'll probably end up... You know, I say they're going to get the Chinese border incident pretty soon, but, like I said, this is up, and there's the capitulation, the surrender of Ethiopia. You know, I say they get the Chinese border incident pretty soon, the Marco Polo Bridge, but, as I said, this isn't historically focused. So, that Marco Polo Bridge incident might not happen for a long, long time. We'll see. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. I'm going to end the recording here for this episode, and join me again next time as we finish up all of our research and try to push more into being the Free States of America. And we'll look at the election of 1936 when that starts too. See y'all next time.